Welcome back to eyecrackcodes, the channel where we crack codes, final expense codes to be specific. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how and what to say to our final expense leads. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to hop right into the training today. And as you guys can see, I have 3 different calls that we're going to go over today. And I'm going to play the introduction on each call. Now, you're going to hear some similarities between the introductions, right? And this wouldn't be a channel about cracking codes if it wasn't simple, okay? That's the whole point of eyecrackcodes. It's got to be scalable. It's got to be, simple. And you should be able to take these and apply them in any sales job, okay? So I take a current event. And I always use that in my introduction. And I always establish control early on by asking them to get a pen and paper. Okay. So yes, it's going to sound repetitive, but it should. Each of these calls were a sale, obviously. And this isn't going to be me overcoming objections. There might be a smoke screen here or there, but I can do a whole separate video on any objections you guys want. I mean, I've heard them all. Overcame mostly every objection I can think of. Not every single objection I've overcome, but I mean each scenario I've at least overcome one time. Okay, so yeah, let's hop right into it. This first call is I guess you would call it a web lead or something like that, which you guys would buy, like $13 $12 lead. And yeah, here it is.
Hello.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey, it's Anthony. Just getting back to you with the life insurance information you had requested. How's it going today?
Oh, fine.
Awesome. Good to hear, especially with all the craziness going on out there. So glad to hear you're holding up. Do you have a pen and paper handy? I'm going to give you my direct line.
Okay. Just a minute.
Okay.
Always wait for them. No matter how long they take. They're not spring chickens, remember that, guys. They move a little bit slower than us.
Okay.
Okay, just want to make sure you have it here. But my first name again is Anthony.
Anthony.
And then my last name is Patton. It's Patton. Perfect. And then this number will go right to my cell. It's 877.
Does that cost money?
Not today. No, nothing. even if you said, hey, listen, all the policy prices sound great. Like sign me up today. I couldn't take your money if I wanted to. Like even, you'd have to get approved for these policies anyway. So we're just going over prices today. Okay.
Yeah. All I make is $700 a month. You know what? So I doubt whether I'm going to be able to get anything cheap enough. You know what?
Yeah, I'll tell you, most of the people I help on a daily basis, they aren't striking gold. I can assure you that. Most of them are going to be, on Social Security, disability, basically a fixed income, and that's 90% of my demographic. And then 2149, that will go right to my cell. Actually, you can text that number. 2149 is the last 4.
Okay. 877-380-2149.
You got it. Yep. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I am licensed in the state of Washington, so I'll be the one helping you the whole way through the process. Really like a personal advisor. Like I said, my job is really find something that's going to be able to fit your budget.
All right, so and I'll coach my own calls. Okay, guys, this was a while ago. Such great tape to look back at. If you guys have like a dial pad or a CRM that records your calls, man, it's going to be a complete game changer. Okay, you definitely want to go back and listen to your calls. Now, for me, this is kind of cringe. This is like when I first started doing this, and yeah, it's just like I don't know. I just don't like hearing, I guess, my own voice on the calls. But yeah, we ended up finding her a policy. Um, Down here, as you can see, I saved the little last bit of this clip.
Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Absolutely. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, I have to go right now.
Awesome,
So
Deanne. Well, thank you for letting me work for you, and congratulations.
All right, so she did get approved for that policy. It fit her budget. Everything was fine and dandy with that lead. Okay, so you just got to call them. All right. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is going to be a Facebook lead.
It's Anthony giving you a call. You just responded to a Facebook post on some info for life insurance. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome.
Do you have
Hey, do you have a pen and
quote?
paper by chance? Yeah, I got a quote
No.
for you.
Okay, hold on. First of all, I want to ask you if this is whole life.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And it is a whole life.
Yeah.
I gotta find the pen.
So,
Okay, I have a piece of paper and pen.
Always
okay.
get that
So my
pen.
first name is Anthony, and then I'm going to give you my direct number.
Okay.
It's 877-380-2149. That'll
Okay.
actually go right to my cell phone, and then I have to give you my NPN. It's just a fancy word for license number. It's 1965-8100. Okay, so it sounds like you've been shopping around for some quotes, right?
Well, I'm just starting. I have a whole life insurance.
Okay.
I thought it. Well, I do, but
Okay.
this was taken out in '87, and now I don't understand insurance, but they said that my interest has, I don't know, but anyway, every month now I used to pay. I have it with New York Life, and I used to pay $120 every 6 months. This is when I took it out in '87. When my late husband was alive, and we thought this was a good deal. Now I find out that every time you turn around, they're telling me that my policy's going to lapse. Well, at 77,
Oh, no.
I can't continue to do this. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
So
No,
it was a $50,000 life insurance policy, which I know I'm not going to have now because I wanted to keep it so my kids would have something. But now I'm just looking for something for burial.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, it sounds like you're pretty familiar with, how the process works. So basically you had like a term policy.
All right, so a little bit better there. As you can see, the introduction was definitely different. The main thing is, guys, it was just super simple, straight to the point, okay? The way I do Facebook leads, I don't put, nothing against you guys if you do that. I know you can get them like dirt cheap, but I don't do the $25 gift card or 25-cent or whatever, free this, free that, okay? I just simply put, if you'd like more affordable rates, okay, on my Facebook leads, right? So when I call my leads, I say, well, you just were online and you requested information off of a Facebook post. I'm getting back to you with that information. And they know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So I like to just keep it super simple with the Facebook leads. Now, this third lead we're going to talk about, I want to show you guys the introduction. It's going to be a call-in lead. Now, this is a lead that's exclusive to my knowledge for independent agents in my IMO that I work with. But it is a very, very good lead. And I'm going to go ahead and play this call so you guys can hear what it sounds like when we answer the phone.
Speaking with.
Yes, my
Thanks for calling the Final Expense Department. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
name is.
My name is Anthony, and I'll be happy to assist you today. Can I have the state that you're calling in from?
Yes, I'm living in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Good deal. Alrighty. And then, so I'm assuming that you just watched the Final Expense commercial. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'd be happy to help you. Did you just need information for you or for you and someone else?
Well, I needed information for me and my wife.
Okay, so we'll just to make it easy, we'll focus on your quotes first, and then I'll help you with your wife's quotes after. Now, do you have any life insurance currently?
I had a couple of insurance that I had to cancel because of the way that they was dealing with me. They wasn't dealing right with me.
Oh, I see. Was it like
Um,
a term policy or something like that?
no, what happened?
So he's saying, I know it's kind of hard to hear, kind of hard to make out what exactly he's saying, and plus I think he was from like Jamaica or something like that. But he was saying that they weren't dealing right with him. They were actually drafting his account before his social security got there because the carrier they set him up with did not have true social security billing. So they cost him an overdraft fee. Okay. And because the funds weren't in there, I'm assuming the policy actually lapsed, so he's without coverage right now. And so we sold him a policy, and we set him up with a carrier who does true direct Social Security billing. Okay, so the biggest takeaway I want to say is really establish control early on in the conversation, no matter what lead type you're taking, and then secondly, you want to make sure your messaging is congruent, right? So if you're getting a Facebook lead, make sure you mention that, right? If you're getting a pre-qualified callback lead and they did request information and talk to somebody and that's why it's a pre-qualified callback lead, bring that up. Hey, you spoke to my assistant, right? If they're calling in and they're watching TV commercials, bring it up. I'm assuming you watched the Final Expense commercial on TV, okay? So make sure your messages are congruent in your introductions. And then the third thing I'm going to leave you guys with is ask good questions. Your goal is to get them talking more than you talk, right? Because they're going to tell you why they called in. And in the court of telesales, everything will be everything you say will be held against you. There you go. I jacked that quote all the way up, guys. It's pretty late over here right now. I'm getting a little tired. But I just felt the need to record this video, and I hope this really helps some of you guys out. So if you received any value out of this content, guys, if you have any ideas or anything like that, please drop them in the comments. And make sure you guys make sure you guys comment, and make sure you guys subscribe. Let's get out here and crack some of these codes, baby. And most importantly, let's apply these things, okay, so that we can all grow together. Until next time, everybody.